Penny doggy.
Oh, I had the wrong screen on for a second there. Way. Hello, we're live.
Penny really is cute.
So, what just happened? They, you were going to leave, and then shadows attacked Caspac, and it was Melody who got the kill, with a whole bunch of protection magic from Amelia, really proving when she said, "I specialize in protection," that she specializes in protection.
As she's still standing in the fire, like
as she's still standing in this
looking
fire.
looking at the dagger that she like enchanted, but kind of like stepping out of it, like patting her clothing, just now thoroughly singed.
So yeah, you do that. Caspac goes right up to Melody and is like, "You defeated it." Oh no, it's not that one. You defeated it. Good job. We'll drink to this one day. A great defeat. You know, I thought... It rarely matters what I think, does it not? Huh.
What was it?
Servant of Darkness. He says very casually.
Why was it after you?
He was option 2.
Does that happen to you often?
No! It has happened. Option 2 is annoyed that I have become option 3, so to speak.
Option 1 being Lichvale guard, option 2 being Servant of Darkness, option 3 being a urine wife.
Exactly. Servants of Darkness. Not happy that I do not want their side, that I spurn them, that I turn away from them, that I do my own thing, that I try to lead Deadless in my own way. They're not happy about that. I understand why, but it is... I merely want what is right for my people. Deadless are not made to be evil. I don't believe that. Yeah. He kind of like turns and looks at Amelia, and he's like, Grosjean! There's a fire out here! Put down that pipe and... like... Then they start dealing with the fire.
He like scratches his head awkwardly and like... Necessary? Vale doesn't say anything. He's not drawing attention to the fact he started this fire.
No.
It would have proved useful if I continued on longer than I had. I'm gonna walk over and try to like, examine the area where the creature stood.
Sure, give me an Arcana check.
Vale is going to say, potentially to assist, don't know whether this will give you the help action, but Vale's going to say, perhaps you could examine the runes that were around the site.
That's what I was assuming she was going to search first, cool. And they aren't still there, actually, and you have no idea what really went on.
Because I do have advantage on anything written. Can I try to remember parts of it?
That would be an advantage, an insight with disadvantage to try and remember things like that. But yes.
Does my advantage cancel out the disadvantage? So it's a normal roll? Cool.
I think it makes sense.
You could roll your inspiration.
Oh, that's true. I can do it after, right? Or before,
yeah. Do inspiration now.
Doesn't matter. What is it? Yeah. A D6?
D6.
Yep.
Cool. We'll use that. Because that's a super useful ability.
Yeah.
14.
So with an 18, it's clear that those runes were in Abyssal.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Exactly. It's clear that it was some kind of shadowy magic. You actually don't know a whole lot about that kind of magic, or even if it was magic, or maybe that wasn't a necessarily magical creature. But it was some kind of sort of summon. It definitely was done by someone on the other side. It's not like this creature was teleporting there to attack him. It's more like a summoned hit creature.
That's interesting.
Basically.
Do I know the general range of like summon spells?
That can vary so much depending on the spell and the power level of the caster and magical things and all that sort of stuff.
Power levels over 9,000.
If someone has over 9,000 of power levels, I mean, who knows? If it was a very simple thing, you basically would have to be within sight. You can easily assume that this is a more powerful thing. Although,
A 20th level caster can kill a person with the message spell because they just send it to them, and it's so powerful from like 3,000 miles away. It scrambles the brain. All they can say after that is potato. It's just like it's the one thing that's ingrained in their brain.
I've been looking at Ollie's face the whole time you were talking.
Me too. I was just staring at him.
Sometimes he just wants to break me, I think.
I'm going to assume that this was done by somebody on this plane who cast the spell, which means it does have a definitive range, most likely. 30 to 100 feet, I would say. And she'll kind of turn to the party members if we wanted to investigate that further. After all, if they're trying to force the Deathless down a single path, perhaps they'd want to cut off our loose end.
Hunt.
They need line of sight. And Amelia's kind of like saying this like as like she's like looking around, like trying to figure out where he would be, like where this person would be. Could I try to make a roll for that, Ollie?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to see like if this spell required line of sight to this area, which would make sense.
Yeah, Arcana.
Involved in it. Like, where would be the best position for
I
that?
assist from a
Yes.
marksman's point of view. You know,
You could
saying
give me
this
like a
is the
perception
furthest
check.
You could.
For that.
Perception.
Perception.
I'm sorry, do I have to make a roll? I thought it was Vale.
Vale's doing perception.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
sorry. Yeah, no, I thought that was my bad.
Perception.
Perhaps I didn't realize I was making a perception roll. Well, now I am, you see. I've made a perception roll, but I'm rolling my D6 inspiration.
You're looking around in the dark. Oh, but yeah, you got inspiration.
There's one.
I'm
You're looking around in the dark,
and
and
all I can think is
Dean.
about Dean swearing at me.
yeah,
I'm just like, Gilwyn, why would you do that to me?
yeah. You're looking around, and you're like. She says it needs line of sight.
I'm doing a
It's
360
dark all
and I just see Dean.
around. It can't really. Maybe it could be on top of that little cliff, but you would definitely see it. Maybe Amelia, while you're saying this, you'd point out, I was like, yeah, if this was a spell, if they were in line of sight, the spell on their end would probably have been pretty impressive. So if they were within line of sight, probably would have seen them.
Right.
Or maybe you'd be able to sense it now, or something like that. You've kind of come
Maybe
to the
if we're
conclusion
lucky, they'll
that,
attack us on the way back, and we'll get to see it again.
exactly. You don't have enough information to be sure about anything, aside from teleportation.
Aside from magic and abyssal.
Magic! You say maybe he'll get attacked again. Caspec's like, I hope not.
You should perhaps.
I said hopefully we'll get attacked again on the way back, and we'll be able to see it again in action.
I was like, I hope not.
No.
Perhaps you should have a, a bodyguard or a friend with you at all times to help you fight one off if another one does appear.
Where did that elf go?
Yes, perhaps that would be a good use for him.
Yep. No, you go and diplomat. I'm going to.
Yes, I think we will. But first, let's go and sleep.
I will say, are you certain the elf's on your side and not on the side of these creatures? He is, after all, trying to force you on his own path.
He is on the side of this Mizme. The forces of darkness are on the side of Orcus. I don't think Dark God and Fae would work together.
Not unless they had a common enemy.
The living, I guess. Well, you know, stranger things have happened. I'm an undead dwarf, for example.
He said that. He was like, I'm an undead dwarf.
I don't know. I can't even tell you much about the Orcus worshipping scum that I know. His name sounds like brand name of lingerie that elf make to give to human woman who cheat on tiefling husband.
That's ridiculously specific.
It's it makes sense in my mind.
It is probably wood elven.
Yeah, he sort of just nods and is like, I can't tell you much more about them, but I mean, he hates me. He might hate you. Yeah.
I think he definitely will now.
Well, that was an interesting foe. I prefer it when they bleed, I'll be honest. At least you know you're doing something then.
No, my spells are far more effective against magical foes.
Yes, I have to admit, it was fairly impressive to see what it did.
I think you're saying this as you're going back to your
Yeah.
Like walking back.
Did anyone see my shatter ability? That was amazing.
No one saw it, Galen. We're not going to talk about it either.
Sphere still work.
That's right, Melody.
Yes, I killed Ollie while he was drinking.
It was, luckily, I'd like pulled the water into my mouth like a hamster, so I was safe from just choking.
Ollie has cheek pouches.
I have cheek pouches.
I was gonna say, I've never seen a hamster take a mug and go like that.
You have got some savage hamsters in your neighborhood.
Yeah, basically Vale congratulates Amelia on useful use of magic. It's mostly sincere.
Lovely.
There's a teeny bit of sass.
Speaking of magic, Amelia, what I did was not magic. It's just me being nice. Maybe.
Oh yes,
Just
it's
maybe.
you being
Don't
nice.
believe you. No, I know what magic feels like. I felt magic.
That's just.
Wait,
That's Gilwyn Gallagher.
you saying you felt magic in the air tonight?
No, I'm saying sometimes people cast magic without realizing it. I've met them before, and that was magic, and that's all there is to it.
Speaking
Please
of
don't do it again.
magic without realizing it, what you did before you cast the runes on me, are you aware of where that is from?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I think I do. You know I am a sun elf, yes?
I know you're an elf.
Yes.
Doesn't really matter what kind.
Right, okay, let's just be racist. Let's blanket us all as the same. My race is thousands of years older than most of the other races, other than...
A fact that all elves point out because you're all basically the same.
No. I mean, sun elves. We are older than the wood elves, than the high elves. The high elves are a descendant race.
Oh really? Now who's being racist?
This is a fact. And what I was going to say is, what you did is something that you might see from our sister race, the moon elves. I possess a similar power during the day, to call upon the power of Orminator to aid me in battle. What you did is calling upon the power of Selûne to aid you in battle.
Vale, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. I routinely use the energies from my magic casting in other ways. You can see that from my ward.
Right.
I
Okay.
pull the energy from that and put it in there.
Yes. But your ward is not made of moonlight.
It's not some fucking god ability. It's magic. It's science.
It is. Why do you think you are so, well, pale? Your hair is light.
Mhm.
I would be willing to bet you are somehow related to the moon elves.
And I'm saying I don't really care.
Well, very well. Ignore the eldest heritage you are ever going to have.
What are you saying about human heritage, Vale?
I'm saying,
Yeah,
But
Vale,
you-
what are you saying?
Gil, not now. What I am saying.
things.
For
I think
fuck's
you're
sake.
mistaken, Vale.
You think I am mistaken?
Yeah.
I will show you tomorrow what mine looks like in
I
the
don't
day
care-
when
I
the
don't
sun
care
is
what
up.
I don't want to see your stuff. It's fine.
Very well. I see how it is. I was just excited to meet someone of the other half of my race.
I know you're excited, which is why you saw.
I know what
Something?
I know what I saw.
I know. I think you're misconstriving I think you're saying what you want to see, Vale.
Well, I wouldn't be seeing you in that case. And Vale's gonna walk off.
Rude.
And so you go to bed.
Vale's med at that. He doesn't come back to camp in the night.
Oh.
He's there in the morning, but he doesn't come back.
Do you just let that happen, Gilwyn?
I just laugh at him.
Okay, fine. He's okay, fine. You're not gonna be a concerned friend. You're gonna be like, ha! Ha! You're gonna wake up in the morning and say something passive aggressive. Yeah, okay. So you sleep through the night. You don't get attacked by anything. You wake up. Vale's there. Your ward didn't go off. All that stuff is fine. It's not raining, but it rained a bit in the night, so everything's nice and mudgy and sludgy and all that good stuff. Oh, mud. This is a troll den, so it gets real muddy in here. That's how I like it.
I imagine I would be like repairing my clothes that are super badly singed. Stepping into fire. By the way.
Didn't you have mending?
I don't have mending.
Oh, just stirring it up.
There's a nice manually
Scraps.
just like
That's
kind of like fixing it up. However, you would see like after like removing her gloves and everything, like, Amelia's actually super like badly scarred. Like along like all like little patches like here and there. She wears like mostly like full clothing though, so it's normally not visible. But I will say that.
So you had the full combo of absorb elements, all your various other abjuration magics, but you don't have mending to complete the set.
No.
Deliberate just to be cheeky.
When Gil sees Vale for the first time in the morning, he'll just walk up to him and be like, "Hello, Mr. Grumpy."
Vale just frowns at him. And crosses his arms.
Where did you go all night?
Can I have that sound clip for whenever anyone wants to wake me up, please? Hello, Mr. Grumpy. Sorry. It's good.
I just went for a walk. It's strangely beautiful in the moonlight.
Yeah?
Moonlight. Which I know what looks like.
Look, I've spoken to Amelia 5 times, maybe 6, and 5 times or maybe 6 she's disagreed with every word I've said. She's opinionated, and you're opinionated. Just
Yes, but I'm right.
it's not about being right.
Don't you humans say respect your elders?
Well, yeah, but I'm 19, so everyone is my elder. I'm sick of respecting everybody. And sometimes, despite your age, you sometimes act younger than me.
Yes, well, I'm still quite young for an elf.
Valid question right now. Sorry to interrupt. When is Gilwyn's birthday?
20th of the 6th month.
Alright.
This is
1,
so cute.
2,
You're going to
3,
turn
4,
20,
5,
and Vale's going to
6.
turn 100 this year.
You might have just had your birthday. Let me check my notes. Got my notes. Yeah,
Hey,
you've
it's
had
not-
your birthday. You're
Oh.
you're 20 now.
And might I add, I'm 20 now, and no one celebrated.
We were busy on the road.
Yeah, you would have been.
We have said
That would have been before I think you met Sid, actually. Just a little bit.
You promised me a cake. You promised me a new loot, which I turned down because I like this one. But still, that's not the point.
Yes, but I thought we got over that with the night on the mountain. Remember, there was the wine and the stars.
Like, Amelia wakes up to this conversation.
Look, we will get you a cake. We were just with a baker. Though I don't know why you have cakes only for your birthdays.
Bill, it was a joke.
No, we will get you a cake.
Gil wants gifts.
Morning, Melody.
Melody?
You
Get such little time alone together.
yeah, there's a bit of a pause, and then like a dead cricket is thrown at Vale's face. It sort of like lands like on his collar.
You know, if this was alive, I would eat it. Now I'm gonna throw it back in the general direction it came from.
It appears in the air for a few seconds, and then half of it disappears, and then the other half disappears.
I'll throw an arm over Vale's shoulder, and I'll just say, just calm down and don't let it get to you. Don't worry about it.
All right, fine. Let's go. I think we're all up now anyway.
Good man.
Alright, so, considering you have no reason to not do this,
That's my Mr. Grumpy.
you might as well just go through the plains back to the city. There's no reason not to, which will shorten your journey a little bit. There's no real risk of danger unless you get attacked by Shadow Monster, bandits that betrayed you. Neither of those things happen. Hey!
I did think we were about to get betrayed as well. I liked him as well. I was like,
makes sense, and I was
he
really
was like,
disappointed.
guys, turn around, and I was like, oh, but we did good.
We said it was just him about to be assassinated. Casual.
Yeah, he's like, friends, turn around. I'm being assassinated.
Friends turn around you, then you suddenly feel a crossbow bolt sticking out your back.
At least he told you to turn around. You saw it coming, technically. So it takes 2 days. It's actually on it's the evening you get back to Lichvale. You are allowed to re-enter. There's no issue. The gate is actually shut at night. You go up, and one of the deadless is like, oh no, I remember you lot. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, he just decided he wanted to stay on Jarviskjir, so they didn't take him off. He's just been there for 3 days flat.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how they work. They just
Like,
sort of-
I enjoy it.
I like the night shift.
I'm a people watcher.
Yeah. Like you get in a conversation, it's like, the other day a gnome walked in, and then he walked out. And then he walked in. And then he walked out. But you enter the city on the night of that second day. Do you immediately go and find somewhere to sleep, or do you head back to the mayor?
Unless anyone else wants to do anything, I would just go straight to the Libya.
The lady.
You should send word first and set up an actual meeting, not just barge in. We're a diplomatic mission. We're not like, letting her know we killed the bandits.
Is this you saying this to me, or is
This
that...
is me saying this to you, yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe
Fair.
after she has lunch. People are usually more agreeable after they have lunch.
Well, that is not usually how we do things, but it sounds to me like you're saying we have to spend the night in a tavern.
Sure.
Vale's surprised at how agreeable she was. Vale was like expecting like a, no, don't be stupid. But it was just a sure, and he's like, right.
I mean, we need to find room somewhere, so tavern sounds fine.
Yeah. Okay, so, question for the party. Do you go to, like, one of the starting taverns here, or do you go to where you've already been told that there's an adventurer's tavern for the mercenaries and bounty hunters that
Let's
flock
go to the
Lichvale?
adventurers tavern.
Yeah?
It'll be fun.
Yeah. You know you wanted it. So you ask around about it, and maybe Amelia sends to have this message sent off.
I hope I don't have a bounty. Or Gil, come to think of it. You know, we kind of can't really go back to Aradia. What would be a whole attempted kidnapping?
I'll actually write like a really pretty letter with my calligraphy set.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll sign it the ambassadors of, what is that city? Grainhill. Greyhill?
Yeah, it was
Grainhill or
Grainhill. Yeah,
Greyhill?
the ambassador of
Grainhill.
Grainhill. Cool. It was also a Grey Hill. But it was also a Grain Hill. So,
There you go.
both names win, I guess. You head up to this tavern, and you're pointing there, and it looks super weird. It's like, smaller on the bottom, and it goes up in sort of a trapezoid shape. It's all wood. It's got sort of circular windows. There's a couple of people hanging around outside, and literally one of the people hanging outside is in full armor with a faceplate that has a face on it and fucking wings on his armor that are made of metal. And he's just like polishing a weapon, and he just kind of like, his head turns. There's no eye holes in the helmet. And he just watches you. And you figure out you've got to the right place. You got to the tavern called the First Quencher. You get in. It's adventurers. It's more mercenaries than adventurers at this point. Unsavory folk, people with big armor and big weapons, plenty of mages, all spattering of races. Most of the servers are rock gnome. The bartender is a rock gnome with a peg leg who sort of hobbles his way over to you and asks if you want rooms, if you want meals, all those sorts of things.
I think we'd like rooms and meals for the night, please.
Yes, absolutely. I can do this for you. It would be 1 gold for each of you for the night.
Very well.
Okay.
Thank you. Here with your keys. Have a lovely time. If you need anything, I am here for conversation. And he hobbles away, and then I imagine you sit at a table, and you get given like your ales and things.
We sit there with like a drink, sitting around awkwardly in sullen silence.
You immediately recognize something, all of you. It's a familiar song in the tavern. It's not one of Gilwin's originals, but it's Humble. Humble is playing in this tavern. He's sort of like leaning up on one. There's no like spot for a bard to perform. He's like leaning up. With one leg is resting on someone's table, like straight up, it's up on their table. He's leaning on the thing. Something you didn't notice last time, he has like an actual like fairly big sword, like it's a bastard sword hanging on his side. So it's almost like he's like, hey, hire me, I can defend myself. And he's playing music, sort of just a passive music in here. And when you sort of notice this, Gilwin, you probably see him and he gives you a nod. But doesn't go over to talk to you or anything like that.
I'll reciprocate. I'll give him one back.
Yeah, you gotta give a nod back. It's just
Vale,
it's the
nudges
way of
you
men.
in the side after you nod at each other. It's like,
What? What are you implying?
Well, you know, you're both bards with parent issues. You have quite a lot in common. A few drinks down the road, who knows what might happen.
Shut up.
I like that because it wasn't a no, it was a stop. After a little bit, do you actually have like any pleasant conversation, or do you just sit quietly at the table?
Melody's humming along to the music, as she does whenever there's music, basically.
Yeah.
Val's gonna try a different approach to this whole moon elf thing. So instead of like saying it outright or anything, Vale's just gonna tell you what he knows about the moon elves and leave it at that.
So
that's it.
What do you say?
I'm going to... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, like Vale, I don't care.
Don't care.
Don't care about the moon elves. I don't care about the sun elves. I don't care about the elves.
She's so racist. I mean, like, you know, I put up with a lot. You know, the constant dwarven people being like, oh, you're a lady man. But really, I don't care about any of the elves. It's not what I'm used to. This is like more than the casual racism. What would I be like if I said I don't care about humans?
As you say that, like, several plates are put on the table. You got Brinner. It's like scrambled eggs, roasted tomatoes, roasted mushrooms, sausages, toast, lots of things. There's like a plate of extra toast. You say that, and the bartender's like, well, I wouldn't be surprised if you hate humans, but you know, we're in Lichvale, huh? They pay. And then he hobbles away. What, twiddling a mustache?
She'll like turn to like Gilwin, like, can you like fix this, please?
It doesn't require fixing. I'm just trying to teach you about a subrace of elves.
I don't care about the elves. I don't want to know about the elves.
You are a researcher, you said yourself. This is
That's
just
true.
history.
I don't care about the elves.
Vale, right, listen. She doesn't care about them. That doesn't mean she doesn't care about them. See what I mean?
That's
No,
exactly what I mean.
I do not. Look, she even says that's exactly what she means.
Listen, Vale, like, elves are fine, you guys are fine, I just don't want to know any more about you, okay?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, you guys. Yeah, we're all the same. We are all the same.
Kind of.
That's gonna take like a big mouthful of toast, like tear it up angrily.
Trying to look angry while eating toast. It doesn't work.
Perhaps, Vale, in your attempts to find differences, maybe you're being slightly racist.
Why? How?
Because those differences don't really matter. If you're not interested in them.
Those differences don't matter. My people cannot reproduce. They are going to become extinct, of course they matter. You do not see that problem with the bloody wood elves.
Well, then, obviously, I cannot be what you say I'm being. If you can't reproduce, then I wouldn't have exist.
My people, not the moon elves. They still struggle a lot, but I believe they are having better luck than us.
Well, you know, natural selection and all.
Anyway, Melody,
Melody?
do you want to go? Do you want to play a song with Humble?
Yes.
Oh, really? Don't leave us alone now. It is awkward already. You know, I simply do this because I see you say you have no parents, and I thought you may be interested to know.
Melody
Yeah, no,
actually clips
totally interested
Vale
about
over the top of
parents
the head with this. She's like,
Like,
Vale's
they're just
clearly
leaving
annoying
while
Vale
this is
and
going on.
Gil now, so she just goes bang.
Thank you, Melody.
Melody, Gil play music?
Well, I was thinking you could just go play with Humble for a little while.
Melody play music and goes across town.
Yeah, like Humble starts talking to you, and then, like, actually as if you're not Melody, and when you respond, like, as Melody does, he just keeps talking to you, like, being very nice. In fact, he actually introduces you to the people he's talking to. Like, he just treats you like a friend, and you
Aw.
play together.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Vale's on his third anger. The vagaries
Like,
of the
sullen
moon elves.
Oh my god. Vale, I'm not interested in the parents that abandoned me. Okay? Is that clear? Does that make sense to you at all?
Not really.
Gil, fix it.
Look,
I'm not-
look, let us leave it for tonight. Eventually you will become interested, whether it is
Sure,
where
talk to me in 200 years. How does that sound?
200, that is quite a hefty ask. Who knows though? You know, you may live to 200 and
Hopefully not.
Can we make it? Can you make it a bit sooner than that? Because I won't be around to mediate.
it's true, he makes a good point.
Great.
Amelia,
Now I'm
just
thinking
shake
about
your head.
Look,
No, the joke was that I'd be dead and that you wouldn't have to have this conversation with me. That was the joke. Fail.
Probably will be dead by then, that's true.
We can only hope.
wait, hang on. How long do half elves live for?
Don't know.
Vale? You seem
Not
to be
as long
walking
as
inside. Right.
Typically, it depends upon several aspects. I've never really encountered a moon elf, half elf, so I do not know how that would affect the situation. But century and a half, 2
Not a
centuries
moon elf.
old.
She's You guys need to work past this issue.
We will. We
It
will.
wouldn't be an issue if you stop bringing it up.
There you go, Vale.
She's dissing my religion, dude. Come on.
I don't care about your gods. I can't diss
Opposite.
your religion if I don't care about them.
Oh boy. But you use the powers of Salud.
I don't use the powers of any god.
Oh yes,
have-
you do.
Listen, my powers are reactionary. They happen because I've been trained that way. It's
And
part
because
of
you
the
have the
school of
blood of
magic.
the moon elf in you.
No.
One time I ate raw fish and I got ill for a while.
There's like this awkward pause, and Humble slides up to you. Like he doesn't even. He slides like along the wall. It's like Gilwyn Gallagher. I've been having a brilliant time with your friend here, Melody. Knows
Melody?
quite the melodies. I like that. I like that she says her name. Everyone's gonna know her name if she keeps saying it. It's genius. It's branding. It's branding. Branding is important in Lichvale, modern Lichvale. It's important. Gilwyn Gallagher.
Hi, Humble. Good to see you again. Do you want a seat? Do you want a drink? Can I get you something?
Oh no, I don't drink.
Oh, you don't?
No, of course I drink.
That puts a spanner in the works, doesn't it, Gil?
No, I drink. I drink.
Well,
Whew.
order what you want.
Yeah, he
I'll
like
cover it.
orders some standard ale and things. And drinks, but he's usually playing a little bit of music. But actually what he ends up doing is encouraging Melody to play on her own, without someone. And then like sit and drink with Gil. Does she do that?
She will try. She's probably not very good at it, but she will try.
Give me a performance roll.
Without advantage.
Without
so this is gonna
advantage.
be crap.
So you have a negative.
Oh,
No,
that's actually better
you
than
have
I
a
normally
fun
get with
time and no
advantage.
one's mad. It isn't the kind of place where people are going to sit and watch you actively, but no one's like angry, you know? She really, you probably maybe are anxious to start with, but are actually happy about it. And Humble, like, just chats nothing with Gilwyn. And then, like, after, like, maybe 10 minutes, is like, are these two having a lover's tiff? I can smell the tension in the air.
Vale's actually going to have, in this time, he's going to have got up and got a bottle of wine for the table, got himself a glass, and then he's going to turn to Amelia again, just as she's like, oh, seriously, dude? And he's going to be like, tell me about Bastilian. I've heard a little bit about the Abyssal City, but not that much. I'm
Well,
interested
we don't
to-
really like it being called the Abyssal City.
Yes,
That's
and I
probably
don't
not
like
best.
being interrupted. Humble.
It's also kind of racist, to be honest.
Yep. Well, you know, surrounded
Fail.
by it, why not join in?
Ice face palm.
You know, no one in Lichvale sees race anymore. I would stop worrying about it.
Well, that is.
Which
very
part of the city
humble
are
of
you from?
Oh, here and there. Low. Moved around a lot. Actually, I was brought up near one of the opera houses. Never remember the name. I just remember the music. It was always pretty nice. Yeah, when I could hear it over the sound of my mother screaming for help.
Well,
Sure. Amelia will drink that and say, I was raised in the College of Abjuration.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll be trying to like zone out of this conversation and watch Melody play.
when he says
Melody's
that,
just sitting there happily playing.
Yeah, like at this point, like him and Amelia are having a conversation about Bastilian, which probably does not include Vale at all. It's just a conversation, and it's about nothing. It's like, oh, you know this place there, blah blah blah. Yeah. Whenever two people from the same city who don't know each other just have nothing to talk about, and they talk about the city.
It's like, oh, have you eaten at that sandwich place?
Yeah, it's that. But it's Bastilian, so it actually is that.
Have you tried the pancakes from the Abyssal City? Wow.
You know, have you ever seen a rook? No, you're
rook?
one of the college people. You probably haven't. Rooks
Oh.
inspired me to be a traveling adventurer. He kind of then actually turns to Vale. See, in Bastilian, the rooks are sort of like the police force, but they don't go around in the city in the ground with swords and like pikes. No, they fucking sail through the air like crows. Well, corvids. So the rooks are pretty badass. If I was to say anything, They really inspired little Humble to be, well, the humblest chap you ever did know. His smile actually does ding, which Gilwyn can tell is magic.
Well, they
Nice
sound
touch.
like they're highly revered in Bastilian.
Nah, well, you know, the same with any guard force. Half people love them, half people hate them. Depends on what
That
side of the
is
tracks
true.
you grew up on, I guess.
Indeed. Well, it seems that despite some unfortunate things in your past, you have turned into quite a respectable and nice fellow.
Yeah.
Perhaps you would care for a glass of wine?
I was waiting for you to ask.
They'll pour him a glass from the bowl.
Yeah. I mean, what's the point of being on this earth if you're not gonna help people? Or at least, you know, warm up the heart with a good song. He actually, like, leans back and looks at Melody for a bit.
And he's still strumming, not paying attention to anything.
Melody, not place. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear that.
No,
so-
bad
Terrible.
streamers.
God damn it, dude. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Fuck.
You're so lost in Melody's music.
Yeah, Bear was gonna say something. Ah, that was it. I actually had a change of heart not too long ago recently as well. I used to be a bit of a pirate, and a friend of mine inspired me to take up the sword for good rather than my own gain. So it is nice, I have to say, to see people after you've helped them.
Yeah.
Not that we spent too long going around doing that, but when you get the chance, we've been in a few towns, helped them bits and bobs. It is pleasant.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't think you can really try and be good. You know, you look around here, you'll probably find a couple of paladins, maybe some old god that I've never heard of. They're trying to be good. I think really the best good in the world are those little moments. Those little moments that where you could easily do anything else. Maybe run away, maybe save yourself. But instead you help someone else. And I think that's what takes it to be a good person. You know?
My mind goes back to Forak as you're talking about this.
I would keep that in mind. Because, you know, hey, maybe even a pirate elf could be good. Sorry. I'm not meant to be seeing race in Lichvale after all. He, like, just knowingly smiles at Vale.
Well,
And then
the
he...
opposite turn of the coin is that you went from paladin to pirate, right? So
I was supposed to be trained to be a paladin, yes.
Ha!
That was
Well,
the
I didn't
plan.
even know that. That's... Well, you know, never too late, right?
Yes, I don't think so.
Oh, really? If your people came back and needed you, would you throw that hate away and do it?
I don't.
Because if my father needed me, I would still help him.
My family is different to my people. My god has abandoned my people to extinction. I'm not sure I can forgive him for that.
Sounds like a complicated situation. I
They're
can't
like-
wait for Gilwyn to write a song about it. Right? And he, like, actually puts his arm around Gilwyn and, like, pulls him into the conversation because Gilwyn was not paying attention.
No, I was watching Melody the whole time.
Yeah. Right? You're gonna write a song about this guy, right?
I'm gonna write 30,000 songs about this man.
Your hand is gonna have serious cramp, my friend. And
Not my
he
left
like
one.
he laughs, pats you on the shoulder because he has his arm around you, and then stands up. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. So, you all have a good night. Don't get in any more arguments, okay? You're traveling together. It's so
Yes.
much easier if you're friends, right? And he walks away.
I am sorry to have offended you, and I won't bring up the topic again unless you ask.
thank you.
And with that, that's the end of the show.
Oh, that was a wholesome end.
Yes.
Wasn't
Oh
it?
no, it's not quite the end. There's a little bit left. So
An arrow
you've met.
flies through the room
Yeah.
and hits Gilbert.
You hear a ticking. No, you've had a good adventurer. You've met Sid. You've met Melody. You've met Amelia. You've killed beasts. A couple of men. You know, you've travelled, and maybe you've seen something. The start of something bigger. You level up. You're now a party of level 4 adventurers.
Not Sid though. You want to hear?
No, Sid levels up too. Try and do that before next week, you fucks. So, with that in mind, let's start the Wheel of Shame with Vale.
Wheel of Shame. We should have all echoed that.
Yeah,
one
next
together, that'd be
week,
great. Yeah,
Wheel
yeah.
of Shame.
We have to
Neil.
decide an order, and then we all echo it as we go around.
It's
Wheel of
the
Shame,
wheel.
Wheel of Shame. Wheel of Shame. That'd be great. I play D&D with Ollie on a Monday when I can and a Wednesday when I can, and I like D&D, and I have pretty much, other than some 4th edition and a couple of mini campaigns, I've only ever played in Jarviskjir, so I know the world fairly well, which is why like you sometimes see me and Ian have like little nerdy laughs about stuff when we're like the pale lady,
Yeah.
where we're referencing something else in Jarviskjir, that sort of thing. And this time I will shamelessly plug. Scott's not here because he's not working hard. Screw him. Ollie
He's
works
working
really
hard on
to-
Turkey.
Yeah, he is. Ollie works really hard to keep up producing content as well as doing his art commissions all the time. You should pay for him to have a holiday. I don't mean like a send away holiday. I mean like force him to stay in bed for a few days. He's a goblin and they need that every couple of months, like a couple of days hibernation.
Yeah, it's a very weird cycle of hibernation for gobbos.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter. It's on there. If you have any questions or anything at all, then go on there, ask. It's not up to date. It's actually _. And then...
Yeah, I mean, I've changed that, but I guess it hasn't
_
changed.
But,
Oh, I was using
yeah,
an older one for this, yeah.
That's just because my gamer tag's been stolen. Great.
Speaking of stealing, Dean!
Bing.
I'll be
What
saying
you-
that to me.
What are you implying, Ollie?
I don't know, maybe we're not meant to talk about that yet. What's up, Dean?
Hello, I'm Dean. I've been waiting about 2 hours to do that.
Was it worth it, Dean? Was
No,
it
'cause
worth it?
I made myself laugh.
That's the issue when you've got like a planned joke, is because it's always going to be funnier for you when you start it and you never finish it.
This Friday, I'm doing a new Judge Mathis on youtube.com/Judge Mathis. I'm still zoomed in, I just realised.
Someone clip that, please.
Hello, I'm Dean.
Basically, it's going to be about, what's it called? Blood Omen Legacy of Cain.
Ooh.
The first in the series. It's going to be really fucking cool.
I actually know nothing about the first one. I
Well-
have some peeps who are super into like the others.
If you tune in on Friday
Ooh.
at 7 p.m. EST, you can watch that video. I've got a couple of musical projects in the works. There's a Checkpoint series about mental health and video games coming out soon, I think, where I've written the whole soundtrack for that. And my friend Michael Morbeck of Paranautical Activity fame has started developing a Christmas game, like an FPS Christmas game. I've written the music for that, like super heavy metal / Christmassy stuff. It's very weird, but very cool. So that'll be coming out soon. So keep an eye out.
Killing floor.
Speaking, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Killing Floor, heavy metal Christmas
Exactly.
shooter.
Yeah.
And you know what? The Christmas Killing Floor was great. Aside from when you
It
played it when it wasn't Christmas, it didn't feel right. Speaking of not feeling right, Arvine, who are you?
In what way? It's news to me, but I don't feel right. Okay, whatever. I
Something's
have
not feeling right.
even less D&D experience than Neil, but most of it is in Jarviskjir. So if you want to poke me on Twitter, ask me questions. Feel free. I am more likely to respond than Neil because I actually use Twitter occasionally.
Wow, harsh. If you ever have a passage of Japanese that you need translated, just...
Oh yeah, that's the point. This is
that
the
is
time for
alright.
our weekly new segment.
Oh
Dean.
yeah. We have to have our
Dean, come
Dean
back.
tweet.
Come back from the dream world. It's time for your weekly segment at the end of the show.
Okay. Hold on.
So yeah, if you want to...
What was it? You need to roll a d10 and then go down that many tweets.
Oh god, if it's D10, there's only going to be like... It's going to all be today's tweets about Grand Order. Pretty
roll a
much.
d20. Someone roll a d20 for me.
Fine, I'll roll a d20. But yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you will get a lot of random anime spam, and most of it will probably not make sense to you. Although I'm happy to enlighten you if you wanted to.
If you're like, what? He will explain.
Yeah, exactly. It might take.
He's
me,
a
like,
friendly
2
weeb.
essays. It might take me 2 essays, but I will do it.
Okay. Arvine, November 21st. Asusa's route just wins.
Yeah.
My
good.
feels, all of them.
Oh, beautiful.
Actually, remember, did that one have a picture attached? I can't remember. Half. of them
Erin,
did.
who are you? What's up?
Hi, I'm Erin. I'm Rinzen on the things. I play with Ollie here, and I play with him as a PC. Fridays and earlier on Wednesdays. I don't have any experience in Jarviskjir, but I know a lot about D&D.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, especially Eberron.
Yeah.
It's kind of like my go-to setting.
Everyone's cool.
Yeah. I'm super active on the Discord, so if you have questions, you can ask them there.
Join the Discord. Discord's good stuff if you're new or lazy. I'm new and lazy. I'm Ollie. Change of plan. Yes, we're going to be doing this show next week. I don't think anything's going to stop that. It's my birthday on Saturday, and I'm pretty excited. So on Friday, instead of my normal stream for Eberron, we're going to do a little special Christmas birthday event where we're going to play a bunch of Jackbox with my boys, everyone I can get, probably people dropping in and out. And then on Sunday, we're going to play some Mario, and then on the other days, I do other things, but that doesn't matter because you're already here, baby. So, that's that. Great session. They've leveled up, so they'll be coming in next week stronger, which is, good. They'll need it. So stay tuned for that. Bye. Say bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. I love it.